It took longer because I'm not used to podcasting in jeans. And everything's just bunch. It's just a bunch of bunching.
It's restrictive.
It is.
I podcast in jeans most of the time.
Well, it's because you're out and about.
Yeah.
I slob in here from the other room. I go,
Stop it.
and then I press record. And then I make a bunch of fart jokes. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts in Jeans.
Denim a dish.
Denim, brought to you by J. Croup. Tell you what else I'm not used to doing is podcasting in a Henley because I'm showing some chest. I'm blasting some pecs.
Rico Suave over here.
Those of you that go to Instagram and watch the one minute clip we post a week.
Yeah.
He's
got a spray bottle on the desk. Throughout the pod, he's just going to spritz.
Yeah.
Spritz his chest.
I call that Hoganing. It's from the 80s when you just, and then I just call everyone brother and I glisten.
Yeah, because there's baby oil in there.
Well, I mean,
it's not just water.
What are you doing if you're not rocking baby oil on your pecs? Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell, one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting game.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Welcome to episode 86.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I am thrilled about, and I didn't even realize how much I needed the sunshine.
Pretty great.
It's been days and days and days, weeks even since we've seen it.
Weeks even.
Here comes the sun.
A fortnight, potentially. How long's a fork knife?
14 weeks. I don't know.
Is it 14 weeks?
No, I don't know. Don't.
Guys, a fork knife is 14 weeks. And
true.
You need to know that.
Check that, producer. Okay, but I'm so happy about it. I didn't realize how much I needed it to soak into my bones. I needed the vitamin D, and I am thrilled about it. My mood is elevated exponentially. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing what just some vitamin D will do. I let Leo, my dog, who's not allowed in here while we podcast.
He's very disruptive.
He's darling. He's a darling and disruptive. Yes. Is what he is.
Darling disruptor.
I let him outside right before this, and I've never seen anyone or anything bask in the glow of the sunshine. He was basking.
We're all basking here in central Oklahoma.
Basket case. Thank you, producer. A fortnight's 2 weeks. It feels like something we should have known. And you said it's been weeks even, so it's
it feels like 2 weeks.
It's been nary a fork knife.
Because we've had lots of ice and snow.
Ice, snow, fog.
Siberian air.
Ice, snow, fog, Siberian air.
Yeah, so this is great. For a fork knife. The high today is 67. Welcome to life in Oklahoma. This is also why I can't breathe out of my nose.
No.
I am sneezing. My eyes are runny, but
I'm gonna go for a walk later. I think.
Yeah,
me too. In the sunshine.
You gonna bask?
I'll probably do a little basking. Mm-hmm. I'll just stop in the middle of the walking trail and just draw me like one of your French girls, Jack. Just right there in the middle of it. I'm gonna make the old man in the lady's hat step over me on his walk.
Yes.
Dog sniffing me. Is that a corpse?
Yeah. Are you good?
No, I'm just trying to get some sun.
Just basking.
Go around.
Baskin Robbins.
I'm Baskin Robbins.
I miss a Baskin Robbins. Is Baskin Robbins still around?
Oh, 30. How many flavors? 4?
I don't know, but listen, their coffee ice cream really gets me going. I love that. And I don't even like ice cream.
But you like Baskin.
I do.
Well,
so good. Anyway,
I've not thought about Baskin Robbins for probably a fortnight.
Yeah.
It's been at least that.
Yeah. We used to go as kids in Stillwater. There's a Baskin Robbins. Yeah. On my way into your neighborhood, I noticed something concerning.
Okay. Was it me laying on the walking trail so someone would draw me like one of their French girls?
It wasn't, but it would have been.
And it will be later.
Every
day this week.
Yes. No, are there mailbox bandits about?
Stealing from boxes?
No.
Mailboxes?
Crushing them.
Oh.
Like destroying them.
I haven't been doing it, if that's what you're implying.
Yeah, that was my first question.
Yeah, no.
Second, has there been any buzz on the neighborhood app about that?
I don't go on the neighborhood app, and your camera just fell down.
Guys, we're okay. The way we fix things around here is with duct tape. And so Brandon duct taped the camera stand / ring light, and
it's broken.
Yep. Well, there it is.
It's broken.
I'll just come down.
So the clip for Instagram is going to be me doing a monologue like this because Ashley's thing's broken. Cut to Ashley. Her thing's broken. Mine's working just fine. I'm broken, but her thing's broken. And it's
from now on, it's gonna be an odd angle. But here we are.
Can it see you?
Yep. It's a very odd angle though. It's gonna be good content. Okay, but anyway, keep your eye. Maybe beef up security around your box.
Yeah.
What can you do down there? Put up some razor wire?
I'm going to just save up a bunch of Leo's poos and put them in everyone's mailbox so that whoever does anything to it.
That feels like not a good solution.
Well,
it doesn't seem like that's going to help anyone.
It honestly could be framed as mailbox vandalism.
Totally.
Mailbox scandalism. If I haven't heard anything about it.
Okay, well, be on alert because there were several that had just been crushed. I mean, brick mailboxes, maybe a car did that. I don't know. Teens on the loose, youths on the loose.
Man, I'm not going to say his name.
Okay.
But there was a guy in high school that I'm pretty sure had a crush on you at the time.
Oh, no.
He was the one. And he was on the football team with me when I was a youngster.
Okay.
And I needed a ride home.
Okay.
And he thought, here's my chance. I'm going to get in good with the gal that I've got the candy leg for.
Okay.
By giving her dumb little brother a ride home from football.
It's a good strategy.
He drives me home.
Little did he know, I don't care for you.
I know. Little did he know that actually lost him points. No, but I don't know if you remember this, and I don't know if you have forgotten how you forgot, because he got me home, talked to me the whole way. And I remember being like, you're overly engaged with me right now. Okay. And in retrospect, it was just because he was trying to use me to get to you, which again... Wrong move.
Wrong move. He doesn't know how much we dislike one another.
If he really knew what to do, he would have just given you like a wheel of cheese.
Oh, gosh. We'd be married to this day.
Dude, bye, Jeff. I've got cheersed.
It's the weight of my heart, truly.
Anyway, but like seriously, he could have just swung through the Albertsons and scooped up some motts and just brought it to the house. Bing, bang, boom. Nuptial City. Hello.
Motts.
Want to go to prom? Here's a sharp ched.
My cheese of choice is a parm.
Here's a nice Parmesan Reggiano.
Yeah.
Semi-formal.
I do.
Okay, dang.
We're going right to the vows.
And that's when you hand it to you, the way that you frame it up to be clever, you go, queso, want to go to the semi-formal?
Listen.
And you go, queso. Oh.
What a wonderful promposal.
It's pretty great.
Show up with a wheel of cheese.
Dude.
I'd say yes.
I mean, every time, 1,000 times, yes.
Yes.
So he drove me home.
Okay.
Talking to me the whole way, like asking me questions. How's it going? How's football? How's school? Did your sister ever mention me? Just like stuff like that.
Did he say
No,
that?
he didn't. Because I'd have gone, is your name Cheese? Because if it ain't, then nerp.
No.
But no, he got to our house.
Yeah.
Pulled into the driveway. Mm-hmm. Drops me off. He's like, hey, see you later, man. It's like, take it easy. And then I will start walking in the house.
Oh, no.
And he starts backing down the driveway.
Oh, no.
He backed over our brick mailbox and destroyed
I kind of remember this.
Dropped off the little brother of his crush and then backed over the family's mailbox. And I remember Mom, Dad, everyone, Crindy and HB rushed outside.
Because it was made of bricks.
Because there arose such a clatter. It was like the big bad wolf was blowing down houses.
No, I kind of remember.
They rushed outside, and I remember the most dejected moment I've ever seen. This high school boy who has just committed a federal offense, in fact, destroyed a brick mailbox with his Ford Ranger.
Oh, no.
And Mom and Dad rush out, and Mom goes, "Are you okay? Yeah. Are you hurt?" Yeah. And he goes, "Just my pride."
Oh, best answer. Best answer. I wasn't there. I must not have been there.
Luckily for him, because he had time to go buy some apology cheese. And his name was Jeff Engle. Guys, yes. It went great. And we call him the mailman because he always delivers. Oh. I just remember seeing it, like
so
walking
sad.
up to the house and hearing it behind me and turning just in time to see him like big wheeling, like grave digger over it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bless it. Wonder if he has blocked that out. The next time I see him, I'll ask. I never do, but
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking
You'll
about.
see him at home later.
Okay, what you been up to this week or weekend?
Man.
I'm gonna try to fix it.
I haven't.
No, I'm not gonna
Yeah, try to fix it. I want to be talking.
Okay.
I have, we got to get good content.
Okay.
There's, of the dozens of people that listen to it, 4 of them watch it on Instagram. So you gotta get this. Okay, well, this is going horrible. This is the most.
It's even worse now.
It's the most ham-fisted attempt to try to fix this thing.
Okay, continue.
I'm just gonna hold the phone and tape you the whole time. You're gonna get some hard cuts and some pans and some zooms.
Zooms in on my pores.
It's gonna be great. You're gonna hate it. So
anyway, what you been up to?
went to Broken Bow, Oklahoma
Yeah.
with dear friends.
Dear.
Ted and Sophia and Cody and Brooke.
Hi guys. Was it just the best?
Yes,
Is your soul brimming?
It is brimming with. I gained 8 pounds
Did you?
of dips.
Yes.
8 pounds of dips.
That's how you know it's been a good time.
And this is a group that is affectionately referred to as pea sheets.
Do you need to explain, or should we not? Or
We could go one of 2 ways here. I could leave this up to interpretation, or I could explain it.
okay.
Cody has a lot of kids.
Okay.
And he one time in the group chat decided to make a joke about we were all coming to town to visit in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
And he kept texting in the group thread, change the pea sheets, Brooke. They're coming to town. Change the pea sheets.
He's nothing if not hospitable.
And in my phone, I don't know how he changed it. Her name in my phone when she texts me or texts the group is please change the pea sheets, Brooke.
And you're never changing
Never in a million years.
Please don't
That's
ever.
her name. But the group is affectionately referred to as pea sheets. So it was a pea sheets trip.
Okay.
And I peed the sheets.
Yeah.
And
To
I ate all
seal
the
deal.
dips. It was the grossest. But no, it was super fun. Went down. It was like super quick turnaround. But
Yeah.
down there for a day, ate some pizza, cooked some foods. I made a delightful pork eggs Benedict with a hollandaise.
Oh yeah, love a hollandaise.
Yeah, it was fun though.
Did you guys rent a cabin?
Yeah,
What was it called? Do you remember?
it was called whimsical downstairs bathroom smells to high heaven like septic backup.
Did it
'Cause
really?
That's what happened.
Oh no, you
It's
guys
okay.
should get a discount.
Well,
You don't need a septic backup on your vacation.
I left my AirPods there and they're shipping them back, so I'm taking that as my.
That's very
I'm taking that
kind.
as my discount.
Oh, that's very kind of them.
It is, but no, yeah, it was just fun to see friends and hang
Yeah.
out and do the thing.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I loved the picture that Lindsay posted. You guys looked like you were truly unplugging
Is
and
that-
enjoying. You know, among
is that what
among
is
the
that?
pines, the
No,
cedars, or whatever.
we were just as far away from that downstairs bathroom as we could be. That's
were
what it
outside.
was. We were outside while the pea sheets got washed. That's what we were doing.
Sure.
What about you? Sorry, that was a burp that happened.
Well, I
I just love looking over there and seeing that janky ring light hanging on for dear life.
what's showing right now is me from the neck down, but it's at a tilt. It's at an angle. So you know what, guys? I'm talking with my hands so that you can see I'm engaged, but that's all you can see. Okay. Well, first of all, yesterday I want to address this because there was some speculation about what exactly happened. You jammed for the Lamb yesterday at church. You drummed.
Yeah.
And you, at one point, you were drumming and you put the stick in your mouth and you were trying to adjust a cymbal.
It was not a stylistic choice. I didn't put the stick in my mouth to be like, check out this move.
Check
No.
me out.
No.
You were trying to fix the cymbal.
Yeah, because there is an electronic kit that you play on.
Yeah.
Which, you know.
The cymbal is notorious for sticking.
Yeah.
Right?
It just
This is
it
what
just-
I hear.
There are times when you'll just do a big fill and then hit that crash and it just won't make a sound
Yeah.
other than hitting the rubber.
Yeah.
And it's the most anticlimactic thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, you don't need that.
No.
So you had your stick in your mouth and then the stick was flying through the air.
Well, yeah. So what had happened was, guys, everyone shut up. Listen.
Oh, well, we
here's
are.
what had happened.
Okay.
Is the stick was in my mouth.
Yes.
And
Whilst you fix the
while
cymbal.
I tried to fix the cymbal.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping time with one hand,
Yeah.
fixing the cymbal with my left hand.
Yeah.
And then the click track stopped working in my ears. So I went to gesture to the sound guy, Tyrell.
Hi,
Shout out
Tyrell.
Tyrell.
Yeah, shout out.
I went to gesture to him like, hey, the click's out. And in doing so, I swatted the stick out of mine own mouth.
Okay.
and it flew
Yes.
farther than I would have expected a stick to fly.
Yeah, and it was noticeable. I think most people in the congregation saw it happen.
Yeah, well, cool. Thanks for
And
that. That's
heard
awesome.
it.
No, that's really great. That's good. Thanks for
No,
that.
it's
That's
fine.
helpful. And then it landed on the ground, and Joe, the bass player,
Hi, Joe.
picked it up, put it in his teeth,
Yes, he did.
and continued to play like a pirate with a sword, scaling the mast.
And it got a chuckle.
It's
Got a real chuckle out
and
of the
so basically,
congregation.
what happened is Joe and I kissed because it went
Your
straight from my mouth
was on
to
the
his
same
mouth.
thing.
We Lady and the Tramped that drumstick.
Sure did.
We met in the middle.
You did.
But then I found another stick in the bag, stayed on beat the whole time.
You really
just by
did.
the
It was
way.
impressive. It was.
What would have been more impressive is not throwing my stick at Joe in the first place.
I don't know. It was a moment of levity.
Well,
I enjoyed it.
it happened, and we're here now.
I enjoyed it very much.
Well, So that's what I've been up to this weekend,
Sure.
throwing sticks at fellow musicians.
Yeah. I, after church yesterday, went to lunch at the rail yard with some of our friends. And here's what I realized about myself. And I want to get your take on this.
Oh, no.
So the rail yard is sort of like a food court. We could explain it as a food court of sorts.
It's a food hall.
A food
technically,
hall, I'm
is
sorry.
the term that you would use in the restaurant space.
Okay, thank you. Where different vendors inhabit small little spaces
Like
and then
bays. Yeah.
And then you can take your food out to an outdoor area, which
Yeah.
we actually did yesterday because it was lovely.
Yeah.
So there's a new place in there, newish, called Remix Ramen. And I'm standing in line and I'm looking at their menu and I'm realizing that some of their best sellers are fusion dishes.
Yeah, it's a fusion. It's a ramen fusion place.
Ramen fusion.
Hence remix.
Exactly.
Remix ramen.
Exactly. So I'm looking up there and it threw me for such a loop because in my mind, I came in there wanting some very traditional ramen, which they do have on the menu.
Sure.
But I was so thrown because he said, these are our best sellers. And it was like a Mexican inspired ramen dish.
Sure.
And it freaked me right out. I got scared. I froze in place.
Did you go somewhere else?
No, I ended up getting their spicy chicken ramen, which was delicious.
Yeah.
It was a little bit more traditional, slightly, but this really threw me off. And I realized I do this often with fusion. I really do. In
freak
my
out?
mind, chorizo doesn't belong in a ramen dish.
Okay.
In my mind, adobo, I can't make peace with it.
Okay.
And I'm sure you have very different thoughts on it.
It honestly depends. If I go into a place knowing full well that it's a fusion establishment, I'm not going to freak out when I realize that it's a fusion establishment. And I know that Remix Ramen is a fusion establishment. So I wouldn't worry about that.
I guess I didn't go in there with that mindset.
When I go to a ramen place, I do. I like if I go
Traditional.
to Tamashi or Goro, I want the spicy ramen.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm here.
Yes.
I don't
and
even
they
mix it up.
have those options. It was absolutely delicious and I've been thinking about it and I'll totally go back and get it. I really enjoyed it. And this is about me. It's not about their menu. I just realized that I have this kind of hang up when it comes to fusion. I have them categorized in my mind and I'm one of those people who has to set her mind on what I'm about to eat in advance and anticipate it.
Sure.
And that really helps me, that enhances my experience.
Right.
Because I dwell on it and I'm like, oh, this ramen's going to be so good. And here's what it's going to taste like. Here's what it's going to look like. And if you throw in some chorizo,
Well,
I am off kilter for days.
this is very, very counter to your trademark spontaneity.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Ashley, have you guys met Ashley Engle?
Yeah.
Do
Not
you-
the most spontaneous.
The spontaneous one?
Yeah.
The one who's gonna just go into any restaurant and say, go into the fusion restaurant and they'll say, what kind of ramen do you want? And she says, birthday cake. And they just bring it out. You're that person.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I know about you.
And I love trying new foods. I just think when I have my mind set on something traditional, I'm really freaked out and I kind of freeze in place. It took me a minute to order.
Huh.
Anyway, I just came to terms with that
I'll tell you what I don't like is an uncomfortable ordering experience where you feel pressured. Was there a line behind you? Did you feel pressured? Did you feel like, oh, I better do this and hurry up and otherwise I'm going to upset my fellow ramen patrons?
No, I thought I was going to upset. And here's probably what it boils down to. The people pleaser in me wanted the cashier to approve of my choices.
That's That sounds like a mental illness.
No, because listen.
No. We're gonna take an aside. Okay. We're gonna bring Angie, our mental health specialist, on.
Sponsor us, Angie.
Spong us, Ange. And she's gonna come in and she's gonna really break down.
She's gonna break it down for us. She was there at the lunch. She could have helped me through it.
And you looked over and she had her glasses on the end of her nose and she was just jotting down notes. And she goes, Ashley, could you please come over to this couch I've got set up in Remix Ramen so that we can talk about your unbelievably unrealistic desire for the cashier to approve of your ramen fusion order.
Right. And it's not because...
How was your relationship with your parents, Ashley? Can you tell me about it?
Great, actually. No, but here's the thing.
Did they ever tell you that your ramen order was stupid?
Was bad.
Did they tell you that why can't you be more like your brother? Oh, no, I'm sorry. These are the notes from your brother's session. They said, why can't you be more like your sister? And also...
You are the worst.
The note I have is actually from a week ago. Wait, is that accurate? Your mom asked you why you can't be more like your sister a week ago?
She has never. And that's not okay for you to say.
There was one time in
okay.
I was playing baseball.
Sure. And that makes sense because I was such a great baseball player.
I stepped up to bat and I hit a home run.
Yeah.
And as I'm trotting around and I step on home plate, the crowd's cheering and then they got really quiet. And then I just heard Mom from the back scream, "Good job, but why can't you be more like your sister?" And then from the parking lot, I heard a voice that I only recognized as Dad's go, "Yeah!"
This is malarkey. You stop it.
Ashley, can you tell me about your relationship with your family?
It's fantastic, actually. But the whole point of this was he was so enthusiastic about their best sellers. And so he was really like encouraging me to try the fusion dishes. That was it. I just didn't want to let him down. He was so earnest.
So you just ordered one of everything and then made sure that after every bite you walked up to him and you were like, that one was, I see why that's a bestseller.
Yeah.
And then Angie would go, huh.
Scribble,
and then just
scribble.
And then when you see her notes, all it says over and over is 6, 6, 6, 6.
This is the saddest thing ever.
Problem.
Oh, well, I will say, despite my very traumatic ramen experience, actually, it wasn't. It was great.
God,
it was
traumatic ramen experience is a great band name.
I have been walking on air since yesterday.
Okay.
And here's why.
Because the ramen gave you gas.
No. No. But yesterday, something really special happened for me. It caught me so off guard. In the hallway at church, Heather, our dear friend Heather and Travis, their son Blue.
Broadway Zone, Heather.
Yes.
Broadway Zone and Television Zone.
Yes. Her son Blue has never cared for me. And it's okay. I have made peace with it.
Sure.
I have a picture of me holding him as an infant. And he is giving me...
Whoa, that was pretty strong. You were, as an infant, you were able to hold him?
Yes, I was able to hold Blue.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's a 6-year-old that was able to lift him with one arm.
One arm, right over your head.
Right over my head. And he was giving me the side eye as an infant.
Oh, dude. Listen, I get it.
Yeah.
Because speaking of pea sheets...
Okay.
Well, not literal pea sheets, the group pea sheets.
Okay.
The Culbersons, Brooke and Cody, they have 3 children.
None of them care for you.
Georgia, who loves me.
Okay.
Noah, who I call Hoagie.
Okay.
Hoagie loves me.
Okay.
Hoagie and I like to have dinosaur battles when I'm around him.
Sure.
Last time I saw him, or 2 times ago, he kept coming into the room with different dinosaurs every time and being like, "Hey, Brandon, who do you think would win in a fight between these 2?" And I go, "Listen, I think this one." And he'd go, "Okay." And then he'd vanish from the room for like 10 minutes and come back in and be like, "You were right." Like he went and staged the fight and then told me the winners.
Probably did some research on that.
Hoagie made it happen.
Oh, I love
But then there's Lucy.
Okay.
And she's a baby.
Oh, you've talked about this
and
before.
Lucy
doesn't care for you.
Hates me.
Because she knows you're talking about the sheets.
Well,
you're embarrassing her publicly.
I know she's peeing them.
Well,
quit peeing them if you don't want me to talk about them on the internet. Go ahead about Blue.
No, but yesterday, after all these years, he's almost 7. He came up to me in the hallway of the church, got in my space, made eye contact and said, "Hi." And I was so stunned I couldn't speak.
Bars low.
It's so low. But that's all it took for me to be speechless. And
Jeff,
I said, "Hi."
So here,
Blue?
guys, one thing we've learned, if you're taking notes
Yeah.
today,
Okay.
Ashley needs 3 things out of this life, and that's it. 1, she needs the cashier at the ramen place to approve of order. 2,
Yes.
a wheel of cheese. 3,
Yes.
just say hi.
Just say hi
Just
to me.
walk up and say hi.
Acknowledge my presence.
Say hi, give me cheese, and go good order.
That's
and then
it.
bounce.
And I'm walking on air.
And that's it. Destroy my mailbox. I'm good.
Walking on. But I truly have been. I was so excited about it. I think this is the beginning of a new chapter of my relationship with Blue. I've been praying for this day for 7 years.
I just hope Blue is having an off day and he goes right back. I hope he goes back to hating you more.
I would probably say. And you know what? We figured it out. He's a delightful child, and he's kind to everyone. It's just
first
me.
off,
It's because I take his mom away from him.
That was never a part of the debate. Goodness gracious.
I know. I just want to say that. It's just me because I take his mom away from him.
Listeners, Blue's a great kid.
He's a great kid.
Ashley's just a terrible person.
Okay.
And her ramen order sucks.
Okay. It's not adventurous, I'll tell you that much.
I called the guy.
Did you?
He hated your order.
Did he hate it?
He hated it.
Well, it was delicious. So he can.
I've been walking on air ever since.
Okay. I'm going to take a turn really quickly because we've always talked about how we're going to be open and honest with you guys about what's going on in our lives. So last week was an interesting week for me. It was formative and it was heavy and it was all over the place. And forgive me if I tear up at some point during the story. But last week, we lost a beloved church member who's gone to our church for years and just such a dear, dear person, dear human being, truly one of the most beautiful human beings I've ever known in my life. And that's not an overstatement.
Sure.
Like she truly was an incredible person. And I was able to be at the hospital with her. Goodness, here I go with her and her husband. And I was in the room when she passed.
Yeah.
And it was the first time that I've ever been in the room.
Sure.
When someone has passed.
Yeah.
I've been in the room with people when it's been close to the end.
Yeah.
But never in the room as someone actually passed away. And as you can imagine, like I've just been processing this ever since this happened. And what I will say about it is that it was a transcendent moment.
Yeah.
It was like a holy moment. And I know all deaths are different. And thankfully hers was very peaceful. But it was just such a privilege to be there for that.
Yeah.
And I've just been thinking so much about how avoidant we are of death in our culture. We don't talk about it. And it's crazy because it's one of the 2 things that all of us will experience. We will all be born and we will all pass away. And so why is that? Why do we avoid it? And how can we be better? What can we do better to help people face this? And more importantly, to help the people walking alongside them face this.
Yeah.
Right? Because my goodness, what an opportunity to come around each other and I don't know. It's been occupying a lot of my brain space.
I bet. Yeah. No, I mean, that's first off, I think that it's, even though it's so heavy and so difficult, I'm certain that your presence had to have been comforting and helpful.
Well, there were a lot of us there.
Well, yeah,
and that was beautiful.
But everybody that could be there that was supportive and helpful and present. I mean, gosh, we should all be so lucky to have people that want to be there to support us in those moments and all that. So I think that as heavy and difficult as it is, I think that there's a larger purpose to what you all were doing and what you did. And so that's great. But yeah, to your question, I agree. Like it's not really a commonly discussed thing, but I would imagine we all probably think about it a fair amount.
Sure.
I'm sure that it's always somewhere in the back of our minds or like something that we think about or consider.
Sure.
Just mortality in general. And I'm sure we process it differently. I process it through trying to make things that will outlive me.
That's good.
Right?
Yeah, that's good.
It's like I was watching something the other day, and the way they described it was why did like cavemen draw on walls is so that's like these things are going to be here long after we are. This is how we tell people about us or our stories or hand down our knowledge or creativity or whatever. So I feel like that, and I've only come to realize that recently, is like I think that's why I like to do things that will like be recorded
Yeah.
write it down, record it, do the thing. And I feel like that's how I process it. I don't know if that's healthy or the right way to do it or what, but
absolutely. I think it's great. And I was first.
what I'm saying, guys, this podcast is my legacy.
It will live
It's
on.
going to outlive me. I just guess we're doing it's going to be on microfiche. It's going to be in this, the Smithsonian, but not like the main wing.
Right.
It's gonna be
in a
in the-
very small sub
There's
museum.
I don't know if you guys know this about the Smithsonian. There's a wing.
It's in the basement.
Yeah, and it's called the Smith-No-nian. and it's
Smith-nonian.
it's the Smith-nonian, and it's for all of the things that crazy people bring in and go, this needs to be documented. They go, okay, and then they hand it to someone and go to the Smith-nonian with this. And they take it down, and that's where it is, and it'll be there way after I'm dead.
Hi guys, if you're listening in 3023.
Hey guys, if you dig this up from the time capsule you bury.
Listen.
No, that wasn't a time capsule. We buried that to get rid of it.
Right.
Why'd you dig this up? We put it in the Nonian. Why did you dig it up?
Nonian. Listen, no.
And it just goes down, and it's just a bunch of people whose whole life is to work in the basement, like the cellar dwellers.
They've
and then
never seen
when
the
you
sun.
open up, the light comes in, and they go. And we go, we got another one for you. And they go, Nonian.
They just toss it down
That's
the
what they are.
stairs.
They're called the Nonians, and they're this subterranean dwelling group of people who curate the things that no one ever wants to see again.
Listen, if I discovered a place like that, I would be fascinated to go through those archives.
Dude, I bet there's some real turds. All of U2's music's in there.
Brandon.
What?
Absolutely not true. Sponsor us, U2.
Sponsor us, Bononian.
Okay. But listen, I think that's a really good point, and I like that way of processing it and thinking about your legacy. Like, what's the thing that you're going to leave? I think the way I process it is thinking about how can we help people do this feeling surrounded and supported and feeling like they're facing it with dignity.
Sure.
Because there's so much about death that can feel undignified.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's got to be, I mean, in some respects, the most like helpless thing
Exactly.
to do. Like you are literally giving up your ability to live.
That's
like,
it.
So it feels like very vulnerable, very helpless. I say that like I know, but I'm
no.
sure just from what it seems like a very difficult thing to go through. So yeah, it could
Right.
feel very like,
Yeah.
you say, what was the word? Undignified?
Undignified.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So how can
and
we...
it's not, but
no, it's
but it
not.
could feel that way for sure.
Absolutely.
No one wants to feel weak. No one wants to feel like they can't go on like that. I get it.
That's it. And so how can we help people feel like, and again, all deaths are different. Some come very unexpectedly, and
Sure.
some of them, like this one, was one that was anticipated.
Sure.
You know, her situation, her illness had all, was anticipated. But so how especially can we help people prepare who know that it's coming?
Yeah.
How can we help the people closest to them prepare and feel like this is something that is transcendent and holy? Because it really is. And so I will never, ever forget that. And I wanted to share that because that's been taking up a lot of my brain space this week. And
Sure.
it's made it difficult to do other things.
bet.
I preached this week and it was really
You did
hard.
great, by the way. It was
Okay,
great.
thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you listening. I'll cry again. But anyway,
I didn't say I listened. I said you did great. Now, that's lip service at best.
you were there.
No, but like you did great because I saw you walk on stage and I saw you walk off and you didn't trip either time.
Right.
You didn't throw a stick at Joe.
I didn't do it.
You did great.
You did that.
Now, okay. What happened in between the walking up and the walking down?
You were in there. Okay, pivoting. Another big event last week. Harrison got his learner's permit.
Oh.
We got the permit. So he has been driving everywhere.
Wow.
And he's doing great.
With you riding shoddy?
Yeah. And listen, I am an unanxious presence in that car.
Unanxious?
Yes. I know
You're keeping it cool?
Yes. I know you don't believe me.
No, what a remix.
This is how much I trust. Fusion.
That's mom fusion. Here comes Ashley.
2 areas that we're working on improving, and I don't think he'll mind me saying. Drifting.
Into mailboxes. Has he come through my neighborhood lately?
Not with me. Okay, drifting and taking turns a little fast.
Sure.
Taking turns a little fast.
He's got places to be.
Well, But we went here. Okay, here's a local tip. Pro tip for local people.
Pro local
tips. If you have a kid who's working on getting this learner's permit, go to Jones. Shout out Jones, Oklahoma tag agency.
I thought you were talking about just driving, just doing donuts in the parking lot of the Jones Assembly.
Don't do that.
Hey, guys, listen, if you are there doing that, we did not recommend it.
We didn't. You might be arrested. The Jones, Oklahoma tag agency. We walked in, only people in there.
Smooth sailing.
The women were so great, so kind to Harrison, in and out in 20 minutes.
I love a good, quick tag agency experience.
Because they're rare.
It's not always the case.
They're very rare.
I've had some bad ones, and I feel like there's no middle ground. I've never had a decent one. I've had horrible ones and great ones.
Yep, I agree. I concur.
You know?
But it was good. And the women in there were talking about their tickets that they had gotten as young drivers. And I was like, you listening, Harrison? You listening?
I remember my first ticket.
That's what I was going to ask you.
I was driving down over by the Indian Meridian Votech.
Through mailboxes.
I was took down 7 mailboxes before the cops apprehended me.
Oh, God. Not true.
I went sprinting off into a field. No, I was driving with Kellen.
Hi, Kellen.
And I remember, I don't know what got into me.
Oh, no.
But I'm going the speed limit. Mm-hmm. And he turned on Money Ain't a Thing by Jermaine Dupri and Jay-Z.
I'll tell you what's going to get that motor running.
How's a 16-year-old not to go foot to the floor when you hear in the Ferrari a Jaguar switching 4 lanes with the top down screaming out money ain't a thing. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Let's pick up some babes.
Yeah.
Let's go wreck some mailboxes and pick up some babes. Hey, Toots. Hop in. Let me squire you about town.
In my Eddie Bauer
Ford Explorer that I bought in the parking lot of Consumers IGA.
It's teal.
Bubble hard in the double R, flashing the rings with the window crack, holler back, money ain't a thing.
I'm impressed.
And then I'm just 85 and a 40.
Brandon.
I don't like it if it don't clean, and to heck with the cost because the money ain't a thing.
I didn't know about this. I'm not going to let Harrison listen to this. That's horrific.
Well, no, don't let Harrison listen to this. It's a warning sign. Just don't let him listen to Money Ain't a Thing by Jermaine Dupri and Jay-Z.
Won't do it. It's banned. It's barred.
Dude. That's the reason. It's like there's so much music out there that you could not want him to listen to, but like the most milk toasty.
Yeah.
Well, it got me a ticket.
I'm gonna circle back to that in a minute. How much was that ticket?
It was like $2.
Wow.
But money ain't a thing. It's not a big deal.
Didn't count. No,
I like how you just glossed over me using $2 as a method of current. Like,
yeah.
I was like, $2, dog.
Yeah, okay, that's a lot.
What's a rack?
I guess.
What's a rack? 100? 1,000?
I'm guessing.
It wasn't 2,000.
No, I'm guessing 100.
It wasn't even 200.
Oh, really?
No.
I'll tell you what. Now those tickets are spincy.
Really? I haven't had a ticket in, knock on wood, I haven't had a ticket in quite some time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. In all of my years of driving, and there have been many, I have gotten 2 tickets. The first one was the week I got my license. And I zipped on past a school bus.
I remember that.
That had its stop sign out.
That's
bad.
That's a spendy ticky.
But honestly, I didn't see it. I didn't register that the stop sign was out.
You were just screaming money ain't a thing at the window as you peeled around.
No, mine was strawberry wine. Strawberry wine. As I'm passing the school bus. So that one totally should have gotten a ticket. That was terrible. My second one
Did you not get a ticket?
No, I did.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I totally got one.
I was about to say, if I got a ticket for speeding and you didn't get one for peeling around. But I
didn't peel around it. I was in a neighborhood and I didn't.
Do you want to know what's funny?
Okay.
Is after I got my ticket, the police officer wrote me the ticket and handed it to me and said, now slow down. And I go, yes, sir, officer. And as I drove off from the distance, I heard him scream, why can't you be more like your sister? And then I drove off.
And I said, I got a ticket this week too. Okay, I think the school, I didn't get pulled over. There was not a police officer in the area. The school bus driver wrote down my license.
That's quick thinking.
Turned me in that way.
That's quick thinking. Well, hey, listen, did someone tell that bus driver that snitches get stitches?
No, but I'm grateful because I've never done it since. It's safety. Safety is a priority.
I love the idea that in your mind, the reason you haven't sped around school buses is because of that ticket.
It's true.
You would have just continued to do it every single day since.
No, but I'm more cognizant of school buses.
I'm doing it till I get caught.
No.
I'm doing it till I get caught, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Absolutely not. But then the other one I got
So long, flatfoots, and then you just drive off into the distance
with my church sticker on the back of my car.
Try to catch me, copper.
No. But the other one I got was in college for supposedly rolling a stop sign. I did go to court to contest that one.
A little California stop. Just kind of straight through.
No one was around. It was on Ticklebelly Hill.
Oh, Ticklebelly Hill.
Ticklebelly Hill in Stillwater. But I went to contest that one. Still got it.
Man.
I tried.
I was one time.
It was debatable.
I was. It was late on a Thursday.
Okay.
It was actually technically a Friday because it was well into the wee hours of the night.
What were you doing out?
You're gonna feel like a jerk because I was being a designated driver.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, school bus passer.
Good for you.
Sounds good.
It's good. It's good.
But I was being the driver, and I was driving past the strip, and I don't think I rolled the stop sign, but this police officer either thought that I did or just was looking for an excuse to pull over a car full of college kids.
Yeah.
Which, by and large, you're probably going to catch somebody if you do that.
Down by the strip, sure.
And man, she might not remember this, but Becky's sister, Jessica Sauce, was in the car
Sauce.
with us. I got field sobriety tested for a good 30 minutes on the strip.
Whoa.
And so many people drove past and was like, is that Brandon getting sobriety tested? Man, and I'll tell you one thing. I got a little hitch in my giddy up and some swivel hips, and I don't walk a straight line well in general. So I'm sitting here
sweating,
doing a trash job. Wow. I didn't get breathalyzed.
You should have. They should have started with that.
The only time I ever got breathalyzed was when I was parking cars at Norman Regional, and I failed that lady's breathalyzer trying to park her car.
Guys, we talked about that story early on.
Sober as a bird.
In our podcasting journey.
Sober as could be. Failed it. Wow. Man, the way she looked at me.
Did they let you go?
Stupid. No, I'm in jail to this day.
Stop it. No, but did they say?
Stupid drunk valet.
Okay. But did they tell you? Sorry?
Eventually they knew. Eventually they said, we got nothing on you.
Good on you for being the DD.
And I got in the car, and I remember Sauce was mad. She might not remember this, but I remember it vividly. She was like, you're being a good person.
Yes.
Like she was mad on my behalf.
I'm mad on your behalf.
And then as I drove off, I screamed, so long, flatfoots. And they said, be more like your sister. And then we were gone.
Be more like your sister is the title of this episode.
Dude, why can't you be more like your sister?
So good. It's so good.
It's good to you.
Well, okay. I want to talk briefly.
Angie just took several notes.
Maybe we need to start doing sibling counseling with Angie. We need to have Angie on the pod.
Can I tell you something about
Angie? Come on the pod.
Angie doesn't have what it takes to counsel these siblings.
Angie has what it takes.
We would burn her to the ground.
No way.
There's so many
she
issues
would
here.
revel in it. Listen.
She'd fix us, and then the podcast would suck.
That's right. I'm going to talk to her about it.
Doing sibling counseling?
No, but just coming on the pod.
I won't do it.
Talking about mental health. Come on here, Angie.
Here's the only problem I have with Angie coming on the pod and talking about mental health is that will be the first time we've ever done anything of substance, and I don't know if I'm prepared to handle that.
I just cried about death.
That's true, you did.
And you've cried. We've all cried.
I've never cried in my life. I'm very emotionally
Guess
evolved.
what? I can dig through the archives of the Smithsonian and pull out an episode where you cried, okay? And I'm glad you did. Substance is what we're after.
Substantive podcasting.
Okay, on Saturday, we did a quick trip to the lake on Friday into Saturday. Mm-hmm. We're trying to get this thing set up.
You sent me some texts. I didn't respond. I never responded to them because I was in the middle of
You were in the sewage bathroom.
I was in the sewage bathroom.
So Jeff purchased a TV for the house, and it's what we had is a real Michael Scott situation. Mm-hmm. The dinner party episode where he talks about his
best episode.
It's the best episode where he talks about his plasma screen.
We've been burning the Serenity by Jan candle that you got me for Christmas lately.
Yes.
It smells great.
It does. And please don't throw it away when you're done with it.
Never.
It's a decorative item.
Never. I'll pour a new one in there.
Yes.
It's one thing I've been doing lately is pouring candles.
Candle for Serenity by Brandon.
So it's that small. I didn't watch the video.
It's pretty small. And
Why
we put
did
it
you not get a good
because it's
TV?
for one of the bedrooms. But
I love this TV.
We put it on the mantle to watch it. We watched Dumb and Dumber with the kids. He streamed it from his phone, but I was dying laughing.
You might as well just watched it on the phone as a family.
It's true. I said, might as well just put your phone up here. But we did a quick trip. We're trying to get the place ready for visitors and guests. And Jeff and Asher are the resident engineers. So they're the ones putting together the bunk beds. And Hope is assisting as well. Harrison and I, not so much.
Not so much.
We're not gifted in this area.
You guys are Birdwells.
We're Birdwells.
No, hold on. Let me say that. Harry is a Birdwell.
Is handy.
And he's handy.
He's handy.
You are a Birdwell like I'm a Birdwell.
Yes, we're words people.
We're
supporters.
I literally put this desk there the other day. I just tried to talk at it for a while to see if it would put itself together.
Magically.
Didn't work.
Putting furniture together is my seventh circle.
This was gnarly.
I hate it.
I was dangerously close to fighting everyone at the company who makes this desk.
Yep.
Because it got dark for a few moments.
Got dark.
Take a note, Angie. My ability to process frustration was not that of an adult. There was a lot of Did these screws come pre-stripped? They're pre-stripped.
In fact, that's what a lot of companies do. Send just screws that don't work.
This idiot.
Yeah. Man,
it was awful.
I'm sorry. Putting furniture together is my nightmare.
It's pretty terrible.
But poor guys, they have blood blisters all along the palms of their hands. It is.
Hardworking men.
So we did that. Then we came home Saturday because Hope had a soccer game.
Sure.
Probably the best game they've ever played. Probably Hope's best game that she's ever played.
Yeah.
We're now the Wildcats.
Why are they going just rolling through names?
I know, but I'm pretty sure this one's going to stick.
Doubt it.
I was probably doubt it, but I was sitting with Mom at the game, and she just casually mentioned that she was watching the show Botched, which is about plastic surgeries
like
gone
on her
wrong.
phone during the game?
No.
She's just like, I've had it with this soccer crap. I'm watching Botched.
I think she was referring to the newest season of Botched. She loves it. We've talked about this before. Mom loves a surgery show, plastic surgery shows. She loves the one about feet.
Take a note, Angie. Angie's got a dossier on every single one of us.
She totally. Oh, she's had us analyzed way before this.
Feet.
Huh. Okay.
Botched feet.
And how long has she had this obsession?
Crindy. Botched feet.
Listen. So anyway, she casually mentioned this woman who'd had a botched rhinoplasty.
Sure.
And the doctors had gone in and redone it.
Man, a rhinoplasty, I don't know how they look now, like the actual like procedure. But man, back in the day, with the hammer and the chisel.
The chisel. Get ready for this.
Dude, Barf City.
Barf City. Get ready for this.
No.
Get ready to barf again.
Okay, well, there's an episode title. Why can't you be more like your sister / get ready to barf again?
Totally. So apparently this rhinoplasty, it was the reason she brought it up is because she said the person had Raynaud's.
Okay.
And they were concerned about blood flow to the extremities.
To the nose.
To the nose and about her ability to heal.
Because I'll tell you what, if you're a Birdwell, a nose is an extremity.
It is. And they get cold.
We get out there.
They turn blue.
My nose is as far away from the rest of my body as my arms get when I stretch them out.
Schnoz.
Schnoz City.
Schnoz City.
I'm like Humpty Hump from the Digital Underground. Okay. Shock G.
Listen. So anyway, she goes,
people say, yo, Humpty, you're really funny looking. That's all right, because I get things cooking.
Okay, anyway. So she said the surgery went well. There was some concern about blood flow. And then just casually she goes, but they put leeches on it and she was fine.
Leeches?
And I laughed so hard because I thought, ha ha ha, reference to medieval medicine.
Right.
She said, no, Ashley, they have a leech wrangler. Wow. Someone who... And she said, "Oh, they're sanitized. It's fine."
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Sometimes they'll put leeches on someone's nose to help, or on anything to help the blood flow.
Well, you know.
I thought she was joking. It's
classics
real.
Are classics for a reason.
It's real.
Play the hits.
Have we evolved as much as we thought we had with modern medicine?
The answer is no.
We're going
because
back
we're
to
still
leeches.
slapping leeches on faces.
Next, we're going to be doing bloodlettings.
Bloodlettings, leeches.
Yeah.
Hammer rhinoplasties.
Yeah.
Botched job.
Isn't that amazing?
I hate it.
And what if you had the title of leech wrangler?
That I love.
Because
that's what I want.
The leeches wear little cowboy hats.
Golly, like just some gal goes on a dating app. Mm-hmm. She swipes right on a fella.
Yes.
What do? Well, I'm a leech wrangler.
Explain yourself.
Explain.
Sir.
Well, what I do is I wrangle leeches to put on people's botched rhinoplasty faces. And then she's about to say, no, thank you. And he says, but I've got this wheel of cheese. Want to go to semi-formal with the cheese
I
wielding?
do.
Want to go to semi-formal with the cheese wielding leech wrangler?
I do.
I stop saying I do.
I'm telling you, that's all it
very
takes.
Committal.
That's all it takes.
Oh, he likes leeches, but I like cheeses.
Let's talk about the Super Bowl.
Go ahead.
Because we've been watching a lot of football at our house.
Sure.
Asher Engle is obsessed with watching any and every game.
Sure.
He's very upset about the outcome of last night's game.
Because he is a Lions fan.
Lions fan. And the Lions were defeated.
I'll tell you what, that's a tough road to be on until this year. The Lions have not been great historically.
I know, but he loves Malcolm Rodriguez. It's he has a jersey for him. He used to play for O State.
There you go.
And they lost last night to the 49ers, 34-31.
Close game.
Close game.
Good game.
Okay, so for the Super Bowl, we have the 49ers versus the Chiefs. And the world is a Twitter about this romance, as you know,
Yeah.
between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Do you think, because this is what everybody's been talking about, do you think there will be a Super Bowl proposal? Or is that too on the nose?
It's way on the nose.
Too on the botched rhinoplasty?
It is the botched rhinoplasty. It's, dude, like, I'll tell you what, if he gets on one knee and promotes it at the Super Bowls,
Yes.
throw leeches on that relationship because you're going to have to try to resuscitate it. Bleed that baby back.
Listen, I think it's delightful. I'm here for all their sweet little PDA pictures lately. I think it's darling.
I think the problem is, and I'm an expert and a doctor of therapies.
Sure.
So listen to me.
Yeah.
I feel like
Angie takes more notes.
I know, right? Thanks, Angie. I'm apprenticing under Angie right now. She doesn't know it. I'm just like I'm peeking in from the curtains while she does her.
She's taking all kinds of notes.
I feel like I'm not a crazy football. Like I love football, but I'm not. Some people are like crazy.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're starting to get annoyed by it. Because it's pulling a lot of attention from the game itself. So I think there's that purist thing.
Yeah.
I think the Swifties are now suddenly really, really into the footballs, the footy football boys because of the situation.
Sure.
So there's those two, the dichotomy there.
Yeah.
Now here's the problem that I see. I feel like any relationship this new, you're putting it through a lot.
It's going through a lot.
That's a lot of eyeballs on your relationship to start.
Pressure.
Like,
a lot of pressure.
What happens when he mows over her mailbox? What's everyone going to think then? I just feel like early on in a relationship like that, my desire, if I was in the public eye,
to protect it.
Sorry, if I was more in the public eye than I am now, if I wasn't buried in the Nonian, I would be very, very private if I was a celebrity about new relationships.
And she has been with some of her relationships.
Are you kidding?
Her last one she was in for 7 years. No one ever even knew.
We all knew.
I'm just saying, this seems to be, she's like, I'm to heck with it. I love him.
The fact that you just said she has been private about her relationships.
About the last one that she was in with Joe, what's his name? The British fella. They were in a relationship for 7 years. They barely ever even came out in public. They were in the basement.
They were in the Nonian. We all knew about it. Well,
once her albums about it came out.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was like, 7 years?
Golly, talk about sitting and taking notes. If you were dating her, all I would be thinking every time, like you just look over at her, it's like, what lyric did she just write about me being the worst?
Yeah.
Like the relationship's still good.
Yeah.
But she's logging them away.
She's logging them. Guys, I wanted to let you know about some more t-shirt launches that we have coming up in the coming week.
That makes us sound so much bigger time than we actually are. I love it.
Shh. People don't have to know. Shh.
Oh, no, they know.
I don't know.
I don't
do
know.
now.
Well,
okay, there's two.
Okay.
Designed by our field producer from New Orleans, Jonathan. Fantastic graphic artist as well.
Fantastic.
We have Brandon's Mammogram Store.
Yeah, we do.
To remind you guys to get your screenings.
Get them.
And we have the Inlet Mall Tour shirt.
They're both great.
So be on the lookout for that, guys. I'm going to be posting on Instagram and then it links with Facebook.
And you don't want to be a loser not rocking that fit.
That's it. So be on the lookout for those. What you been watching, reading, or listening to, B?
I have notes.
Oh, well, what?
Check this out. It's a new wallet that has a field notes thing in it.
Oh, gosh. Who is this man?
New song just today, I think, came out by a fella, or it might have been on Friday, but Nolan Taylor, who I like a lot. He came out with one called Cincinnati Heart that's really good.
Okay.
Medium Build just came out with a new song that's really good. And a guy, Tyler, my buddy Tyler, sent me today a guy named MK, I think it's MKG, Gee, has a song called How Many Miles that's awesome. He's the guy who collaborated with Dijon on the record, who I love so much from last year.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
And it's super, super, super duper cool.
Okay.
A ton of Seinfeld been watching Michael Simon's cooking show, Simon's Dinners Cooking Out.
Nice.
Been watching the new season of Queer Eye. Talk about you want to see me cry.
Yeah.
I will cry in every episode of Queer Eye.
They get you.
I will cry in every episode of Queer Eye.
I think Jeff would say the same.
It's the worst.
Best.
Just rewatched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem because I was so mad that it didn't get nominated for an Oscar.
Yes.
I hold to my opinion that it should have been for animation.
I remember.
And I wrote TTYD. I don't know what that means.
Talk to ya
Dad.
tomorrow.
Talk to your dad and he'll tell you, be like your sister.
Stop it. Okay, I forgot how is
that
your
thing you do.
algorithm.
Watch that thing you do the other day.
Ugh, always
So
a
great.
classic. Always a classic.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, okay, I really don't have a whole lot. This week, I'm telling you, I've been in a very strange
I know.
headspace this
I
week.
get it.
So I'm going to toss it back to how is your algorithm?
So I've been getting a lot of sweaters advertised to me.
Have you purchased any?
No, I came close, but my Apple Pay, I didn't know how to use Apple Pay.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't.
Catch you next week with a new sweater.
Salt Hank, a fellow who makes delicious sandwiches, and a fellow named Tommy Winkler, who all he does is eat food and review it. That's it.
Okay.
It's just all food in my Instagram algorithm. I don't know what that says
And
about
it's
me.
food and sweaters.
I gained 8 pounds of dips. I ordered a quadruple XL sweater.
Yes.
And watched Tommy Winkler eat In-N-Out burger.
Well, I'm glad that you carried these because truly I didn't have a whole lot to offer.
Well, you
in those
texted
two
me on your
categories.
drive over and said, start thinking of stuff to talk about.
I can't be the one to carry this anymore. I can't. Okay, I took such a long walk yesterday, and I did listen to one episode of the Fly on the Wall podcast.
Yeah, with David Spade and Dana Carvey.
Yes.
Great.
So inappropriate. Don't listen to it with your kids.
It's so fun, though.
But so funny, and it's reminding me that we do need to crack out the vintage SNL for the kids.
Yeah.
The stuff that's appropriate,
So
obviously. Okay, what's your warm heartbeat?
Pea sheets. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Cool.
Pea sheets. What about yours?
Yeah, and I'm going to pivot from that.
You're going to say something way better and more meaningful.
No, not more meaningful. Just seeing community rally to be a part of this friend's final day and of her passing is so special, such a privilege, and I'll never, ever forget it. It shaped me. It was formative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in that regard, I need to be more like my sister. Guys, thanks for listening to
Wow.
Cold Hands. I've got to make it funny
You
at the
did
end.
it. You brought it back.
Hey, guys, thanks for listening to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm not as good as my sister. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.